Hey y'all, we might have a good NBA Finals after all. The Bucks run away with Game 3. Suns lead is cut down to 2-1. And I'm here to talk about it, man. It's Rick Knows Hoops. I'm back. As you can tell, we got the video quality, new setup, new apartment. We here. Be sure to leave a like, subscribe if you are new. This is a place where we talk about NBA basketball, so if you love hoops, this is the place for you. Hopefully the lighting is cool. I might have to add an extra light in here to make sure the lighting is perfect, but we back, man, and the Bucks are back in the series too. Another great game from Giannis. I mean, I think that's where we should really start, is Giannis coming out, being the best player on the court once again. We all saw him in game one. He looked like he was just a little out of gas at times. He would have a few good possessions here and there, and then he would just kind of just be completely out of gas. But now Giannis is in full MVP mode, and tonight he played really well. Shot the free throw, probably one of the best I've seen him in the postseason. I'm not sure what the exact numbers is, but he did shoot the free throw pretty well, and he was there a decent amount. But not just Giannis, of course, 41 points is a big-time game. Back-to-back 40-point games in the NBA Finals is big-time. It's historic type company. Great game from him, but other people stepped up. I think that was the main thing coming out of the game too. Like, we were looking at his others, and are y'all gonna step up or not? And other guys stepped up, man. Khris Middleton didn't, light the world on fire, but he was good when the game was close. I mean, he was shooting the ball pretty well. He was being a little more aggressive than he was in game two. Finished the game with 18 points. Just a much better, I think, effort from him. He just seemed like he didn't have the effort in game number two, but in game three tonight, playing at home, of course, your other guys always play better on their home floor. Khris Middleton is notorious for that in this postseason. In the Bucks, I believe this is their game three, and they've won all four of them. So shout out to them for just performing at home. Jrue Holiday was so much better in this game. Finished the game with 21 points, but he was doing it all. He was playing very good on the defensive side. And the Suns, they could not get their backcourt going. Chris Paul played okay. Devin Booker, probably his worst game of the postseason. He only had 10 points in this game. 3 of 14, didn't even touch the floor in the fourth quarter when it seemed like the Suns were still trying to make a little bit of a comeback. But, Monty Williams decided to keep him on the bench. But, we'll see how the Suns respond going into game four, because, they've lost almost all of their game threes except the one against the Denver Nuggets. They've lost 3 of the 4 game threes that they played in this postseason. So kind of familiar territory for them, but not really the way that you would want to, go out and give an effort, man. DeAndre Ayton played very well. I will give DeAndre Ayton, he came out, he set the tone early on, but it seems like they kind of went away from him a little bit, or maybe the Bucks just did a good job of adjusting defensively to make it a little tougher for him to get, deep catches in the paint or coming off the pick and rolls. Got to give a shout out to just the Bucks as a whole I think they just played this game with more of a sense of urgency. Like, they play like the more desperate team, which they should have, being down 2-0. And you got to give a big shout out to them, because, it's still tough to win, any finals game. But they came out, that second quarter burst, I think it was a 30-9 run, really just set the tone for the rest of the game. And even when the Suns were able to get back into it, the Bucks always had an answer. Led by Giannis, Khris Middleton hit big shots, Jrue Holiday hit big shots. Bobby Portis off the bench played 18 minutes, which is a big improvement from what he played in game two. He only played 5 minutes in game two. I'm like, why is Bobby Portis only playing 5 minutes when he was pretty effective in game one on the offensive side? But they play him more in game three. He performs 11 points off the bench. That is key. And it's weird because nobody else, like Giannis went all, Jrue Holiday had a very solid game. I mean, PJ Tucker hit 1 3-pointer, which is not like anything crazy. Brook Lopez only had 11 points. He didn't shoot the ball well. It was really Giannis controlling the flow of this game, getting to the foul line whenever he wanted to, and really affecting the floor on both sides of the court. He did just a phenomenal performance from him. I don't really we give Coach Bud a lot of we don't give him a lot of credit. And honestly, in this game, I don't really know if there were really any adjustments made except playing Bobby Portis more minutes. And other than that, I don't really think there was a lot of adjustments made. Maybe they didn't really go to their small ball lineup as much in this game, which it was kind of getting torn up in the first two. But I just really think the Bucks just played good basketball. They just played, like I mentioned earlier, just like they were the desperate team. And I'm just happy that, we're getting a series out of this now, because it was looking bad after those first two games, man. And I'm sure Giannis, maybe he wasn't thinking it, but I know we were all thinking it, like, can't believe he signed that Supermax extension before the season even started. After what happened in game 2, where nobody else really stepped up. I mean, his co-stars did not step up. But in this game, the big three of the Milwaukee Bucks outplayed the big three of the Phoenix Suns. So going into game 4, Monty Williams has been a king of adjustments in this postseason run. I know he'll be able to see what went wrong in this game and, what to do better. And I don't expect Devin Booker to play this bad. I mean, I think Jay Crowder hit 5 or 6 3-pointers. If you get 5 threes out of Jay Crowder, you expect to win that game. But when D-Book plays poor, Mikal Bridges didn't really provide anything offensively. Your bench didn't really play, amazing. Chris Paul was just okay. And then DeAndre Ayton slowed down after that first quarter. It was a recipe for the Phoenix Suns to lose. But, once again, got to give credit to the Bucks. And I'm just happy that we have a series because, of course, obviously, I'm avidly rooting for the Phoenix Suns because Chris Paul. And I just really love this Suns team as well. But, of course, as a basketball fan, I want to see good basketball. I don't want to see a sweep in the finals. Don't really even want to see a 5-game series. I want to see a very good competitive series because we haven't got one of those in the finals since 2016, I would say. And really, the 2016 finals, it was the last 3 games that made it super compelling. So it's like, we haven't had amazing NBA finals. We have not had a good track record, but maybe with this game 3 win for the Bucks, we get a little bit of a change in that. And we'll see because, I mean, for what I've seen in the first 3 games, Giannis is pretty much unstoppable. For the Phoenix Suns don't really have an answer for him. They really don't. I mean, especially if he's hitting his foul shots. And I'm about to check to see what he shot from he shot 13 to 17 from the foul line. For Giannis, that is amazing. That's amazing free throw shooting from Giannis Antetokounmpo. 13 for 17. I mean, I don't know if he shot that well all postseason. I know in game 2 he shot like 11 for 18, and we were saying that's not bad for Giannis. So 13 for 17 is amazing. And the key thing was he was getting to the free throw line whenever he wanted to. At any point in the game, he was getting to the foul line. He was getting in the painted area with ease. Shot is super efficient from the floor. He was playmaking really well to start the game. He was trusting his teammates. He got Jrue Holiday a couple easy buckets early on. He got, Khris Middleton some easy shots early on. Bobby Portis came in the game. He got some easy shots. So, Giannis, all around, amazing performance. He's been great in these finals so far. You got to give just a lot of credit and shout out to him. We know he's not 100% because that knee injury did look very scary. And most guys probably would not be playing, but Giannis he's a different type of beast. So, whether you love him or you don't like him or you don't like the way he plays or you think he doesn't have any skill or whatever, you still have to appreciate what you're seeing in this playoff run from him because he's had really, like, statistically speaking, he's had an historic playoff run averaging like 30 points and 10 rebounds plus per game. And in this finals, he's been pretty much historic too. The last 2 games, back-to-back 40-point games. Pretty special from him. I seen the stat where they said like he had 30, 10, and 5 through 3 quarters in a finals game. That's like first time since like LeBron or something like that in 2018. So like big time performances from Giannis, and he's shown that he's built for this stage, man. And like we said, we'll see what game 4 holds for us. But I'm just glad, even though this game wasn't super competitive, which it was crazy because I think the first 2 games were a little more competitive than this one. But I'm just glad that the series is not. We have a series basically. That's all. That's what I'm trying to say. We have a series. It's 2-1 Suns up, but I mean the series technically still hasn't started, man. No team has won on the road so far, and the Suns are one of the best road teams in the NBA. So we'll see what happens in Game 4. But once again, shout out to Giannis for big time performance. We'll definitely expect Devin Booker and company to play a lot better in Game 4. Just hope we get a very competitive game. That's all I'm hoping for. But I appreciate y'all for tuning in. We're going to add a little more to the new setup because I know this space over there is a little empty. But we're going to add some more, man. Hopefully everything looks cool. The lighting, the audio, the visual. Hopefully everything's cool, man. But appreciate y'all for tuning in. Let me know what you think about Giannis' performance, the Bucks' performance, this finals in general. And also, the new setup, man. Is it fire? What should I add over here? I don't know yet, man, but we'll definitely see. Appreciate y'all once again. I'm out.